Together, we work as one. For our communities worldwide. We work tirelessly for better laws and protection, better representation, better funding and access, better emergency relief and response, better knowledge and understanding. We amplify a global cause. We advocate and carry the voices of activists. We support a growing global movement and celebrate LGBTIQ lives everywhere. We won't stop until we achieve our mission: equality and justice. Together for better LGBTIQ lives, outright.
All right, thank you all for being here. We're really excited to kick off OutSummit 2022. My name's Aalap Shah. My pronouns are he, they, and I am on the board and the co-chair of Outright. And just a real pleasure to be here, and thank you all for joining. So OutSummit brings together members of our diverse moments from across the globe. It is where human rights activists, community leaders, government officials, corporate funders, and allies come together to call for equality, justice, and solidarity. This is an opportunity for all of us to celebrate our progress, learn, and connect. Being passionate, advocacy, and inspiring by what we see today is one of my favorite things about OutSummit, and I'm so excited that we're able to further our work together. This year's conference will take place starting today, December 12th to December 14th. One of my favorite parts this year is to highlight our work and commitment in Asia. Outright International is also hosting a dedicated summit for the region that will be held virtually on December 15th and 16th this week. OutSummit Asia will be led by our new Director of Asia Programs, Jennifer Liu. I cannot be more excited for having Jennifer, who's such an amazing advocate and activist, join this family. Welcome, Jennifer. Now, without further ado, it is my honor and pleasure on behalf of the entire board to welcome our Executive Director of Outright International, Maria Sjödin. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aalap. Welcome everyone to our 8th OutSummit conference. We're very grateful to our partners and sponsor, and particularly to the Institute for Gender Law and Transformative Peace Initiative at CUNY School of Law, led by Dean Sudha Setty. At Outright, we say that we're about together for better LGBTIQ lives. Our mission is to ensure human rights for LGBTIQ people everywhere through advocacy, support, and research. We amplify voices and experiences so that more people and more decision makers can hear directly from LGBTIQ activists about their lived realities. We support by connecting activists to a growing and powerful global movement. And we do this by providing training, funding, strategic advice, and crisis response. We advocate together to advance equality and end violence and discrimination. Last week, we did this during our annual advocacy week, talking to many governments and UN agencies in New York City, where the UN, of course, is headquartered, but it's also something that we do around the world in so many countries and so many spaces. And finally, together, we celebrate our progress We celebrate our diverse identities and expressions, and we celebrate love. In the next coming days, we will hear from a diverse set of thought leaders covering topics ranging from how to confront gender-based violence, exploring the art of activism, advocating for LGBTIQ elders, combating conversion practices, changing laws and policies, and how the LGBTIQ movement mobilized in Ukraine, and many, many more topics. We ask all of you to participate actively and engage in a respectful dialogue. Now, I would like to introduce you to Sudha, the Dean of CUNY School of Law. Dean Setty is the first woman of South Asian descent to serve as the Dean of an ABA-accredited law school in the US. In 2021, she co-hosted the inaugural workshop for Asian American women in legal academia, drawing over 100 participants to engage in professional development, scholarship support, and building community. And her commitment to racial justice and diversity, equity, and inclusion is without equal. Please welcome Dean Sudha.
Thank you. Great. Thank you so much. And thank you, Maria, for that really warm welcome. And thank you to Outright Action International for giving CUNY Law School the opportunity to co-host or co-sponsor the 8th annual Outright Summit. As Maria mentioned, my name is Sudha. I'm the Dean at CUNY Law School, a privilege that I've had for the last 5 months. And it is an honor to welcome you here this morning. This partnership supports the education of future social justice lawyers and speaks to the law school's mission to learn, teach, and practice law in service of human needs. We express our support and gratitude for the work that each of you do every day as human rights activists, community leaders, journalists, academics, and diplomats. Indeed, as Maria said, your work is to move people towards being recognized for who they are and to celebrate love. And that is an incredibly important mission. CUNY Law is the premier public interest law school in the United States, and it helps transform legal education and indeed the legal profession. In the students that we have the privilege of teaching, the work that they do at the law school and once they graduate, and in the roles they play to help our society become more just through both representing individual clients and pushing for structural change. We are also proud to have been noted as one of the most LGBTQIA friendly law schools in the country. Over 1/3 of our students identify as such, and we do have one of the most racially diverse student populations among US law schools. We consider it a core value of the law school to be joining you in the international movement for equity, justice, and belonging for all communities. As someone who myself is devoted to the study of comparative and international law and the way in which we should push with solidarity towards human rights and civil rights everywhere, I'm especially excited that we are gathered as an international community, collectively recognizing both the universality of human rights and that the challenges that we face in every country can only be surmounted by working together on a global basis. The work of ensuring that every human being is given the opportunity to express their identity fully, to fully belong, to fully participate, and to thrive is critically important, and it demands the participation, creativity, labor, and collaboration of all of us. Through our Sorensen Center for International Peace and Justice, through our Human Rights and Gender Justice Clinic, and in new endeavors like the one that Maria mentioned, our Institute for Gender Law and Transformative Peace. And in every one of our classrooms, our work is your work and yours is ours. I want to offer special thanks to my colleagues at CUNY Law School, Lisa Davis and Camille Massey, and to all of the colleagues across all of these institutions that help facilitate this wonderful endeavor. Let me end by thanking you again for the work that you do and what you bring to OutSummit. Welcome, and I wish you all a very productive and collaborative next few days. Thank you.
It is my great pleasure to speak on this platform and to welcome everyone to this year OutSummit. My name is Leymah Gbowee. I'm a peace activist and social worker from Liberia. I'm also the 2011 Nobel Peace Prize winner. I'm also the executive director of a new initiative at the CUNY School of Law, the Gender Law and Transformative Peace Initiative. It is our pleasure to co-host this event and to partner with Outright Action International. I want to personally congratulate all the important work, activism, and advocacy that is being done for LGBTQ rights in this moment around the globe, and everyone at the summit who has come together. I know the road is long and not always easy, but communities working for justice is my personal inspiration and what makes me hopeful in these times. It is fitting that the Gender Law and Transformative Peace Initiative is co-sponsoring this event because our goal as a new institute is to bring communities most impacted by crisis and conflict into policy development and serve as a hub for translocal feminist organizing, research, and scholarship. We work to advance rights-based approaches to national and international law and policy, including peace, transitional justice, and human rights processes. And we also promote the leadership of women, LGBTQ, non-binary, and gender non-conforming persons who face intersecting form of discrimination, including on grounds of race, ethnicity, and disability. We believe that partnering with local activists is the key to transformative peace, and indeed that activism is what will change our future. Thank you again for this incredible event. The Initiative for Gender Law and Transformative Peace is proud to co-sponsor, and we are wishing you all a generative few days and panel discussion with fellow changemakers and activists from across the globe. We look forward to seeing the outcome of this conference, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deans Setty and Leymah Gbowee, for your remarks. And Leymah, I could not agree with you more that the hope that I feel for the future that we want comes from activism. So at this year's OutSummit, our sessions are all available virtually. But we also have 2 sessions today that we will be streaming them from in person. And so the next thing on the agenda is we have 2 sessions starting at the half-hour mark, one about engagement with the United Nations and one about how the anti-gender movement affects us all. And I want you to know that we will make recordings available afterwards, since unfortunately, we still cannot clone ourselves. We can't be in 2 places at the same time. So if you attend one, you'll be able to catch up on the other sessions afterwards when we make them available, the recordings. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I want to say that you can still encourage your friends and colleagues to join OutSummit. Everyone can just go to outsummit.org and register. So if you want to promote it further, this 3-day conference, you still have time to do that. We can still have more people join us. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and enjoy OutSummit. Have a great OutSummit time. Thanks, everyone.